everyone. Got a new computer going on here. So, of course, I'm going to be playing a 35-year-old game. Kind of. I uploaded my save file and I found out I don't have one anymore. Apparently, that did not transfer over. I don't know why. But hello, everyone. Welcome to the Retro Hangover Stream Sunday. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to be playing some Final Fantasy Renaissance. Why am I playing this game again? One, because I like it, and two, I'm just kind of in one of those moods that I need a comfort food game. I really need a comfort food game. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Game and Brews? How are you doing? I can see your logo now in the chat. It's I like the Sackboy. Digging it. What's going on, Game Over Hell? How are you doing tonight? So we got to start a new save. And, wish I didn't have to, but it is what it is. So we're going to load this up. Everything's so much faster. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Poop Nuggets. What's going on, Hoagie Man? I hear rear ends taste like pennies. I've heard that too. I have heard. Maybe that's what poop nuggets taste like. From Hoagie Man there. I'm gonna have to check the volume. It's probably too loud. You think you said that? You would. What's going on, Wolfman? Let me know what the temperature's like. Not the temperature, the volume. Play more Final Fantasy 6 tonight, as you should. I'm in NOLA. It sounds good. Sweet. Oh, they already got you out there. I've never been to NOLA. Good stuff, man. Well, for work. I've been there, like, for fun, but I've never been there for work. And making potato soup. Hell yeah. What is Renaissance again? A homebrew of which Final Fantasy game? The original one. Let's get that cranked up to 6. I have to start a new game. Let's get into Renaissance mode. Your left arm, that's because it is. I'm not real. No, go home. What's up? What's going on, man? I have to start a new save here, so let's go through these classes. I think I had a warrior last time. This would be me. What class do you want to be, Shane? Okay. Do I personally have a favorite class? I like the Bard, Mr. Game and Brews. It's really good. A dick wizard. So there's Warrior, Thief, Monk, Red Mage, White Mage, Black Mage, Blue Mage, Dancer, Geomancer, Lancer, Trainer, Evoker, Time Mage, Green Mage, Bard, Dark Knight. That's it. The biggest, blackest mage. Alright. We've done Lancer before. Lancer is pretty fun. Alright. We'll name Lancer Shane. So I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 100. An Evoker's a baby summoner. And I'm going to post it to Shane in the chat so I just don't make it up. So I'm going to go to the host chat here. I'm going to send him the number. And the two people who get closest to that number, I'll name characters with your choice in class. So, there. There's the number. It's been posted over to Shane. The two closest people to it will get it. So, Blaine says 69. Nice. 32. And when and why did Shane change his last name in the pod? Because he changed his last name. Between 1 and 100. So I got 69 and 32. 93. Game over, hell. You got a number? I was wondering that himself. They're noticing your name change. I thought you did. You may not have. I think we just kind of briefly glossed over it and moved on.
Feel extra included because not only were they changing their name, but we were also changing ours, and now we all have the same last name. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, I am. Can they not hear me?
I just put that in. Is the game coming through? I had desktop audio off. You missed the whole story.
Oh, looking great. Okay. I'll go over it again.
Desktop audio.
Okay.
Fuck you.
So, what I was saying, neither my wife nor I changed our last names when we got married. We didn't want to take each other's last names, and also we knew we were going to adopt it sometime in the near future, so we waited, and then when we ended up adopting, we changed our last name, so we chose one. It took us a while to figure out which one we wanted to go with, and part of the reason was because we wanted to be kind of inclusive with whoever the child was that we adopted, so that, you know, when they change their name, we're kind of also changing ours, and so now we all have the same family last name. That's pretty much the story.
Oh yeah. All right, so I'm gonna
Thank you.
make a last call here. I have the two people. I didn't see anything. No Soha. You're a good human. Chris, do better. No, I want to be a terrible person.
No, he balances me out.
Exactly. Wife and I did something similar. Cool. So, since we got the last... Okay, put out the last call. And so the two people, the number was 19. So...
I can confirm this.
Yes, Steve Eiserman's number? Yes, Steve Eiserman's number. And, so it's going to go to Mr. Game and Brews and the Hoagie Man. So, Mr. Game and Brews, what class and name do you want for your character? Same with you, Hoagie, while he's typing that out. Papa Santos. I think I can just get Santos. And what class? Did Hoagie go away? If you did, it's fine. Dark Knight? Okay, you're both not getting Dark Knights. What's going on, freak? One of you can get Dark Knight. So, since Gamer Brews did it first, he can get Dark Knight.
Bunch of fucking edgelords.
Yeah, this is gonna be an expensive ass party. Santos. So, I can give you a character named Stiffy, But what class do you want it to be?
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Stiffy. Okay. Am I happy with this? This is like remarkably similar to the first party I played with in this game. Do I want
you know what's fun when you have someone, a fellow podcaster, come to you and message you and say, "Hey, remember that thing that we recorded like a long time ago? Do you still have your file for it? Because I can't find it."
Oh, I got that today too.
Yep, I don't think I have it anymore, so that's going to be problematic.
I was asked for 5 files.
Oh.
It's like, hey, I need some files from you. I don't know if it's the same podcaster either, which is funny. Maybe it is. I won't say their name because friend of the show, and I really like this person, if that's the case. But it's like, okay, yeah, sure, man. I'll help you out. What do you need? 5. I need 5 episodes. I'm like, good God! Like, what? What? I had them. Even though I swapped computers and everything, miraculously.
Yeah, well, considering like a couple of weeks ago, I just went through and completely reorganized our files and everything, I think it might be gone.
Oh, God. Oh, well. That's on them, man. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not on you. I'm all about helping you know, like, people out, but... That's why when I try to download things as soon as possible, whenever I get done with something. Because, you know, Google Drive, people can run out of space. I'm, like, always up against it on space. And so if you just let it sit there, and you don't download it, or you don't let people know that's been downloaded, like, you could be costing them, like, their podcastiness. And so I just try to download it as quickly as possible. And if I don't grab it within, like, an appropriate amount of time, that's not on them. I don't think, and if it's the same person, this person did not come to me and make it sound like it was my fault at all. They're like, yeah, I fucked up. Like, okay. Yes, you did. Speaking of podcasting, we have a podcast.
Sure do.
Yeah, and the newest episode is right down there. It's a flight, and it's the top 5 games by a solo developer. This game was made by a solo developer, by the way. I keep forgetting their name. We're going to see it here in a little bit, but I think it was made by entirely one person. Could be wrong. But it's built from the ground up in Unity, so... I need to talk to people, I think. Give her, like, checking out the show of yours. You haven't listened to it? I'm kind of shocked. I know you're, you hang out a lot over there in Retro Wars. That's probably how you found us. Big fan of Retro Wars. Gotta say kudos to you guys over the past 10 years. You guys are the only podcast I listened to that stuck around. Oh, wow. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm sorry I'm not as active on Instagram anymore. I'm like, not at all. I have to actually jump back in there because Twitter's just a doom spiral, which is actually part of the problem of why I can't get away from it. It's like watching a train wreck. But, yeah, thanks. I really appreciate it.
I suppose at this point we are nothing if not consistent.
Yes. Well, at least we have that.
I think, yeah, so, you know, I feel like that's one of the more important things.
At least we're not on Threads. I didn't understand Threads. I tried to understand Threads, and I didn't understand Threads. I usually listen while I'm working, and I had off today. So today was editing and attending a children's birthday party. That's right, you have Retro Ridas. think you came out your most recent episodes on Resident Evil, correct? I tried getting on Blue Sky too. Blue Sky's worse than Threads. Like, I don't like either of them. I want to, but it's like, eh. Happened in 2 days. We have a bonus pod episode about the Xbox 360. Oh, nice. It's still insane to me that the 360 is what we would consider retro. We tried Vero. It seemed like a good idea, but it flopped. I just think like everything is so instilled within our culture that like it's going to be hard to get away from the traditional social media sites. Like why would you leave Twitter? If you like social media, if that's what you like to, if that's your thing. If you like posting stuff and having people like your stuff and feeling important, like why would you leave Twitter? The only thing I could see as a counter to that might be like Instagram. Because that is a similar effect, but Instagram requires more work. Twitter requires like no work. I mean, I'm sure there's an art to Twitter, but I don't care enough. I should, but I don't. Which is why it's such a dumpster fire. It's a beautiful disaster, man. And then there's like Facebook. And I've always heard people be like, oh, I hate Facebook. I hate Facebook. It's kind of like, okay, I get it. But if you hate Facebook, it's normally like your fault. Your algorithm and your feed in Facebook is what you decided, because you have to add people. You have to, the only things you see for the most part are in groups or friends that you chose to be a part of. So when people are like, I hate Facebook, what you're really technically saying is that you hate yourself. Or you have incredibly poor taste in friends. Or you find out things about people you thought were your friends, or like they are your friends, and you just find out they have terrible opinions. I've had to I won't say mute people that are close to me, like in terms of family, just because like I got tired of their crap. But I haven't been on Facebook in like 6-7 months now. So some of the best gaming groups are on Facebook that I've been involved with. I started to get involved with those. I think it just got to a point where I thought, like, Discord was better for that. Facebook's kind of more of a forum. And Discord is more, like, in real time. So for 0.002 seconds on Twitter, Twitter seems to think you're interested in whoever posted the post, so it made a follow button useless. Pretty much, you have to, like, change between following and not following. I'm going to set, like, a bottom one here. Maybe not. So you have to actually manually go up and put follow or for you. So some of the best. So going back to the best gaming posts. Like I joined a group that was connected with one of our local game stores a long time ago. Like right when that store opened. That store's been around for 10 years now. So I think I joined this group like 8-9 years ago. And like, no, it was more recent than that. Because I was traveling in, well, I can't remember. It doesn't matter when it was. But anyway, I joined this group and I started traveling. I went to a location somewhere else in the United States. And I asked the question, hey, I'm in this city. Does anyone know any good retro gaming stores? And like, the groups came out. People in this group came out. They're like, oh no, here's another one. Oh no. Like, why are you asking these stupid questions in this group? I'm like, dude, like, I joined this group from the recommendation of a retro gaming store. I want to see if I can find something good. And now I'm like getting attacked for liking a, like trying to find something to buy. Like, are you out of your mind? And it was like, I gotta get out of here. And that was the last time I really tried to communicate on Facebook. And I didn't really talk games with anybody online until we got the Discord. Because even Shane can attest to this. When we were starting the podcast back in 2015, like, we had no idea anybody was listening to us. Because we had the Twitter account, we kind of had the Facebook account, and we didn't have Instagram. But, like, we had no idea. Because we weren't on Discord.
Nope. And I mean, we were, for the longest time, we were self-hosting the show, so we didn't really have super great analytics either necessarily, so didn't really have a good idea.
We had to, like, backdoor it, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
But, so when I had to put on the Twitter page was back in 2016 when I got deployed. It's kind of like, hey, like, we're pretty much done. All of a sudden, like, that post got like 30 to 50 likes. I'm like, who? Like, where have y'all been? Like,
yeah, well, it's kind of funny that we, like, never heard anything from anyone, and then we posted a thing, and they're like, yeah, we're done, and everyone, 50 people were like, cool, thumbs up. Like, what? Fuck you.
Like, I don't know if that means, like, thank God, go away, or if it was like, aw, I don't know. It's so crazy. I have to learn what a good level of notifications for Discord is. The flood of originations turns me off from the app. So what I do is I just, like, mute all notifications, unless they're DMs. Because I can't keep up with everything. I can't even keep up with my own Discord half the damn time. And so I have to mute everything.
I have it set to only notify me, like, if someone mentions me.
Yeah. Ooh. Entering the astral plane. It's like Lavender Town, indeed. I didn't realize how big desktops were, like, when it came in, by the way. So this new computer, thank you, patrons, for this computer. But, I like the little form factor of my previous one. Kind of makes me wish I got the little one. This one is huge, man. At least it's expandable. It's going to be easy to, like, put in RAM expansions, or if I want to change out the graphic cards, where, like, my old one, it was kind of a pain in the ass to do any of that. I mean, you could. It was just a massive pain in the ass. But right now, I could just, like, unplug it, pull it out, take out a side, and just plug in some RAM. And we're off to town. So it's like a lot easier than PC certainly used to be. That's for sure. By the way, I do want to give some shout outs here that I've for other creators, since we have been talking about podcasters. As I mentioned, Retro Riders from Savagery the Hoagie Man. That's Riders with a Y, as in Yankee. So go check out Retro Riders. Also, Game Over Hell showed up here for a little bit. And that's a YouTube channel. So go check out Game Over Hell. I think the most recent video over on that channel is the Thunder Force series retrospective. And we are big Thunder Force fans here. Well, at least I am. I don't know about Shane. But I love retro. love retro games. Of course I do. I love Thunder Force. So if you love Thunder Force as well, go give it a look. If anyone else has anything to put out there, Mr. Game Brews, do you have anything? I know you were on Instagram, but do you have any like content? Alright, so time to get summon. Oh, that ain't good. No! Sweet. Tend to take the time and put some timestamps in future episodes, so if anyone wants to skip the pregame talk, jump straight into the game talk, they could easily figure out when. Some places like do that. I think YouTube started doing that for like just automatically at some point. YouTube's weird.
Well, you can add like chapters to your videos.
Yeah. Okay, there it is. Actually, the warrior might be in last here. I gotta go look up where all the summons are real quick. Okay, so the other one is in the Temple of Fiends, which I haven't gotten done yet. So I need to go fight Garland, just messing around. Then so I defeat Garland and knock him down, I will be able to go get Kyrian, which I think I need. Because now my summoner is going to be my healer. Unfortunately. What does Warcry do? Party up. Attack up 50% for 2 turns. Yeah! Let's go. Oh, that's not good. I don't have any cure items. I need to go get that. Now, do I? Well, it shouldn't have ran into a creep up here. It's a little odd. Let me go get some cure items. That's going to be a staple of this party, I believe. Typically is. Alright. Okay, there's heals. Alright. Found a creep hanging out near the park. I know, they're so bad for doing that. Is there some event going on tonight I'm not aware of? Like, I'm not saying we're major streamers, but it seems like just a more quiet night than usual. Maybe football?
I don't know.
I don't know. Most of our followers are not football fans, so Oh, someone's watching on YouTube. I'll watch the Niners lose again. Oh, everyone's injured, man. Bears lost again today, too. But yeah, your running back, Mason, he's on my fantasy team. And my running backs are so piss poor I had to trade away Justin Jefferson for him. Alright, Garland. Let's do it. Goblin push! That is some noise. Hell yeah. Key. By the way, the Dark Knight eats the bats. There's footage of Brock Purdy and Juan Jennings balled out, but the missed field goal and drop passes that Ronnie Bell committed lost the game. Aw. I got the loot. There was footage of Seth Rollins being pushed over the barricade in an NFL game, and he was hamming it up like he got eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Why'd he get pushed over? Was it a work? I'd imagine so. Yeah, I'd hope so. I'm trying to think if I don't think if any of them have abilities I need to consider. Just the Evoker. So I think I might have a little bit of an easier time with this party, just because, technically speaking, they should be doing a ton of damage. I think another celebrity pushed him over, but I don't know who. I'm sure we're going to find out on Raw tomorrow. If I watched Raw. It's not into WWE, but it's 2 hours now. I might check it out. Alright, so now I gotta go get Kieran. It's online, so I'm sure it's easy to find. Yeah, it's not hard. I'm not looking it up, though. I'll be able to watch Raw tomorrow anyway, because I'll be recording. I need to write notes. And I have a big test tomorrow. I'm taking my Series 6. I'm feeling good. Took a practice test today, got an 89%. You only need a 70% to pass, so... Probably go over some notes in the morning before driving all the way to Phillips. chance to strike first. Alright. Hey, we all gain levels. Except Chris. How do I feel about Final Fantasy VIII? Mechanically a very fun game, but the story is fucking terrible. Demon Souls on the PS5 is hard? Oh, yeah, that's... Yes. I have heard that. That's supposed to be a hard game. That's what it's known for. Dark Souls was hard. Damn near pulled my hair out in that game. And it's good, but... It does not care about you. It does not care about your feelings. Grolf. Oh yeah, another good thing is I'm not going to have to grind for magic. That's going to be a big plus, and I just have to grind for gear. Okay, so nothing there. Hey, Final Fantasy Renaissance. That game is so much fun. I played around 35 times. Yeah, dude, this is probably my 5th time. Welcome, Shane. So hyped for October when the 2 new jobs, Spellblade and Archer, will be added. I haven't been keeping up. I'm in the server. I just haven't been keeping up in there. That's cool. 2 more. Nice. I need to figure out where I kept all the save data. Because I got a new computer. I imported over, like, the source file. For some reason, the save file wasn't in the folder where the, like, game file, like the exe was. So, that's a little weird. And unfortunate, but... gives me a reason to start a new game. But welcome to the chat, Shane2613. I'll just say, it's going to get confusing because I also have Shane here.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what am I saying? Who are you talking to me?
There's a Shane in the chat, so.
Chance encounter.
Fortunately, there's a 2 after Shane's name, so it's going to be Shane 2. With a Y. Indeed. Shine. Pineapples on pizza. I like pineapples on pizza. I don't understand all the hate for it. It's nice to meet other Shanes. We naturally bond over the intense dislike all Shanes have towards every man named Sean.
that is true. Yes, mostly because like 50% of the time I get called Sean. So.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's super common to the point where like I just don't even correct people anymore. I'm just like, yeah, that works. It's close enough.
Potato soup is ready. Very light on seasoning since I'm trying to follow a stomach flu recovery diet. Ugh. I have stomach flu, just bad stomach. Some garlic and salt-based seasoning and a slice of Minas cheese at the bottom. That sounds good, man. Turned out better than I expected. Did you use like fresh ingredients and like from the ground up? I need to learn how to do that. Since my name is Blaine, I have been called Wayne, or I've had to deal with people misspelling my name, to where I just don't care anymore. I have one of those last names too, that people can never pronounce correctly. Even when they pronounce it correctly, then they, yeah, Coplion, Coplin. I'm like, I've heard Capopoline.
Oh wow.
I don't know how they got that, but
I mean, I'm already getting used to the new wave of mispronunciations with our new last name. I already had that with my old last name. Now I got all new ones.
I've been called Blaze or Blade. That's weird.
I mean, that's pretty badass, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. But where do you
call
live?
me fucking Blaze, I'd be like, fuck yeah.
That sounds like something someone in California would like mistake. Oh, I thought your name was Blaze. What?
Sounds like you're on American Gladiators.
Yeah. Try to buy organic. I played the game 4 times, trial 16 jobs, then I played a new game plus rounds. That's 5 playthroughs, wow. Then I did 1 job team, so 4 warriors, 4 white mages, 4 lancers, and then I moved on to doing solo runs. I'm almost done. Oh, wow. Just need to finish Bard and Dark Knight solos and I'm done. So yeah, that's 35 total playthroughs. Wow. My one younger brother is actually named Blaze. It's not spelled the cool way. Are you from California? No, Pennsylvania. Okay. So what's your favorite of the new jobs so far? Bard. Definitely Bard. I fucking love Bard. They live in Texas. That's also interesting. Just so you never can tell. I did 4 bards. My team was scary, sporty, baby, and posh. I like that.
Nice.
Spicy names right there. Show me your moves.
Wait, I'm sorry. I missed this last part. So, Hoagie, your parents called you Blaine and Blaze? Y'all are like 1 letter apart?
That's what it appears, yeah.
Was that not confusing? Like, at all?
Least favorite of the new jobs. From what I've played so far, kind of Blue Mage. Wasn't too terribly impressed with Blue Mage. But I don't think I played as all 4 of them. So there is that. All of them. I mixed it up a little bit. I've tried most of them. So like all these classes, the chat helped pick them. And I've played as all of them before in my first playthrough actually. So Green Mage was a little weird, but at the end of the game Green Mage became decent.
Oh, okay. I did not realize there was a vast age difference between you two. Okay, that makes it way easier.
It would, yes.
I thought y'all were like a couple years apart or something. I was gonna like that seems like that'd be very easy to confuse the two. I mean, hell, my parents mixed up my brother and I's names all the time, and our names aren't even close.
The next youngest is Blake. They like the letter B.
The B L, the Blay.
Mm-hmm.
That Blay. They're all on that Blay light.
Blah. Maybe they're vampires? Are you a family of vampires?
I mean, he was. He wouldn't tell you.
That's true. Alexander and Dalton. Probably fans of Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger. Green Mage is the worst of the new jobs, but she is one of my favorites. She does the job she was made to do really well. It's just that what she does is better suited for long drawn-out fights when FF1 really has those. That's true. That's true. I agree. Like, I do like the Green Mage, though. I don't think it's that bad. Toya's Cave. That's the next one. That's Kite's She. So, I know, like, the side quest for the evokers finding all the stuff, and then the side quest for the Dark Knights eating the bats. The side quest for the Lancer is killing like 50 or 100 imps. Not imps, but characters. I'm looking at him. Killing 100 enemies with the jump command. What's the side quest for the warrior? Hey, it's Tidbit Retro! Have you ever dabbled in any of the RPG Maker games? I have played a couple of them. I have a ton of Kemco games for the PS4. So much that in the Discord it became a joke with me and Ray Ray. But it's nice to see you here, Tidbit Retro. I'd argue a fully buffed Green Mage is the best tank in the game, practically unkillable. That's true. Where your side quest is getting the Adamant and making the Excalibur like it was in the original. Okay. Backed up. I haven't put it away because I just have too many games to put away. I have my Gale of Andoria from Kemco. Good to be seen. Yo, yo. The bats are a bonus, but it's not the Dark Knight side quest. The side quest is survive a single fight while taking 1,000 damage or more. What? That sounds horrible. I don't want to do that. What do you get for that? Okay. I don't even remember. I only did it once. Yeah, that sounds bad. Dark Knight is my least favorite of the new jobs. Ah. I remember Evoker being a little broken for some reason. I can't remember why. Alright, here we go. Across the bridge. We're going to go to Toya's Cave, getting summoned. To answer your earlier question, no, my fangs aren't that developed, so not a vampire. I do have a face like Frankenstein, and I'm hairy like a werewolf. Well, at least we have something in common. Let's go. Brandon made this game. Brandon Smith. The consultant of PJ Vilsaint. The testers PJ Vilsaint, D. Mullane, and a Polish, probably. Did I beat what? Oh yeah, it's totally done. New Game Plus. Heal. Heal. We just got a congratulations from Restream saying we've received 100 messages. Thank you, Restream.
Huzzah.
We did it. You guys see that Metallica, Limp Bizkit, and Pantera are touring along with Ice, Nine Kills, and Suicidal Tendencies? Well, I knew the first three. I knew the first three bands. Have not heard of the other three.
Yeah, Inks was, well, I say is one of my top favorites. I've been really stoked for them because they've actually been touring with Metallica for a couple of years now. Like they made it, and I'm very happy for them.
Oh, good.
But yeah, no, I heard about that. I think it's wild that Limp Bizkit is is touring with them again, but they seem like they've also made a little bit of a resurgence recently. So
well, I know they'd be loving that shit right there.
They do.
It's the kind of music that appeals to my generation. Limp Bizkit threw me off for sure. They are local heroes, so. Have you guys played any of the Saga games? Yes! And the hot dog flavored water. As much as I love RPGs, I've never touched the series. Recently tried the demo for the upcoming Romancing Saga 2 remake and thought it seemed awesome. It's an acquired taste, man. And all the games are different. Like, weirdly different. I feel a Big Four band is touring with a new metal band and then some other harder metal bands. So I'm waiting for Slayer, Slipknot, and Nile to tour. I am so out of it, man. Man,
I mean, that does seem to be the case now that you really think about it, right? Because like Slipknot's most recent tour for their 25th anniversary, it was like Slipknot and fucking Knocked Loose and Orbit Culture. So that kind of tracks. I mean, Vended was on there too, but I would expect that given that it's fronted by Corey Taylor's son. So.
So to your point, Shane 2. God, it's gonna get confusing. To Saga, Romancing Saga 3. I tried getting into Romancing Saga 3. I really haven't given it an honest chance. I love the soundtrack. But in terms of Saga games, Saga Frontier is my favorite. And then probably like the Final Fantasy Legend 3. It's pretty good. But Saga Frontier is my favorite. Romancing Saga is interesting. I beat that for the PS2. I haven't played it on the Super Famicom. I can't think who Anthrax would tour with. Probably Smallpox.
Feelings on like, I mean, not exactly metal. I mean, they kind of are. I mean, Linkin Park was new metal, right? They were kind of lumped into that category. Thoughts? I'm not digging it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I get that they want to play music and stuff, and that's great. I kind of feel like maybe they should have just made a new group with the remaining members and gone that route, because I don't know. Plus, with all the drama that's been around it, and apparently, like, it's been coming out now from Chester's, like, mother that the band had promised her, like, a long time ago that if they were ever going to, like, resurrect the band, that they would talk to her first and let her know, like, out of respect for Chester, and that apparently they didn't do that. I don't know, man. It's not a good look. And then all of the shit with the new singer and like the weird Scientology ties and yeah, I'm not digging it.
I think just sometimes, like, it's okay to realize that the band is no longer a band. I think that's okay.
I feel like the thing is like I said, I would have been, and hell, even if they had this singer, I
Yeah.
think it would have been less of like a kickback from people if they had created a different group. Like if they had started going under a different name, and they're just like, this is a new thing we're doing, and leave Linkin Park as it was. Like that was Chester, in my opinion, was an absolutely integral part of what made Linkin Park what it was, and I don't think moving on without him is the right call.
Well, it's kind of like that, yeah. Because was it Audio Slave did that, and what was the band with like Guns N' Roses and musicians and the STP singer?
Oh shit.
I'm thinking Velvet something.
Velvet Underground?
No. And that sounds like a horrible mechanic. Shane too. I don't know if I want to play Romancing Saga on the Super Famicom now.
Oh,
I blame
Velvet Revolver. There you go.
Velvet. Yeah, that's it. I still blame Queen for touring as Queen without Freddie Mercury. That's madness. That's not Queen.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's stupid. Like, we need to stop it. It's like, if your lead singer leaves, and you're not Van Halen, like, you're not in the prime of your, like, popularity. AC/DC did it, too. Like, if you're not going to change immediately within the next year or two, then just move on. It's over. Like, if you've established your legacy, like, just move the fuck on. Alice in Chains, they're still going? Why?
Yeah, same, dude. Like, celebrity deaths usually are just like, it's just like anybody else. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But there are some that definitely like hit me harder than others. Chester was one for sure, because Linkin Park was a huge part of my teenage music taste also. And then honestly, Robin Williams, that was another one. That one actually hit me harder than I thought.
Yeah.
And when I really thought about it, it was just because like he was such a huge part of like a ton of the media that I loved growing up. And just generally he was just a cool guy. Like he was just great. Like I don't think I ever heard a bad thing about him.
Yeah, I'd agree. Robin Williams was like, that was a shocker.
Yeah.
But I'm generally in the same camp when it comes to celebrity deaths. Like I just don't care. Toriyama's like did make me feel sad. Like Toriyama's was like crazy. Like I couldn't believe that it had happened. We were recording an episode of the podcast when we found out that he died.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like our guest, like we took a break and our guest came in and was like, "Oh wow, Akira Toriyama died." Like in the middle of the show. It's like, oh, that sucks. I do wonder if Chester would have stuck around if he knew the band would have gotten back together and started touring again. I don't know. I don't want to speculate on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
And I'm not sure. I'm like, when you decide to, take your own life, like there's a lot more probably going on in your head other than will the band get back together. I mean, I'm sure there's an aspect of that in one way or another, but who knows? Maybe the band didn't get back together. Maybe the band would not have gotten back together if he didn't, So Yeah, that's like you never know. You can't predict the future, and there's probably a lot more going on. There typically always is. Die, iguana! Silly son of a bitch. Trying to get to the next town. There's Provoca. Hell yeah. Let's go rest. There's a spell in Provoca. Dwarf's Case, Elvis Castle. No. I'm actually, going back to the Saga thing, I'd be a little sad when Ozzy finally goes, but I won't be shocked he's... Yeah, I'm almost surprised he's not. Like 9 minutes and there's another Shane there with you, but I'm choosing to believe the Lancer is named after me. If that is what you want to believe, then I have no problem with that.
I'll allow it. Hey, what's up, Jenny?
Hey, Jenny. I let the chat pick, and so we're doing some retreads. Except for the warrior, because we haven't fully played as a warrior yet. But we got Lancer, Dark Knight, Warrior, and Evoker. You guys have any recs for an RPG that requires minimal grinding? Trials of Mana, the remake. It's fantastic. I definitely recommend trying that Saga 2 remake demo. Ooh, yeah. I mean, it looks great. I'm wondering how Saga Emerald is though. How much gold do I have? Oh, quite a bit. Get this for my warrior. That doesn't help. But if you have not played Trials of Mana, it's the remake is fantastic. And that's one of the few games I'd actually recommend starting on hard, because it's a very easy game. What else would be a good... Like, speaking of Trials of Mana, have you played Visions of Mana? It is out. I'm trying to limit myself on the amount of games I can buy, because I'm getting out of the military at the end of the year, and I have no idea what my financial situation is going to be, so I'm being very prudent in terms of the games I'm buying, or if I'm buying anything, so I'm kind of staying away from that for the time being. I love both the OG and the remake Trials of Mana, but even on the hardest setting, the remake is easier than the OG. Yeah, far, far, far easier. Yeah, that's true. You can kind of make the Pixel remasters to your own difficulty liking. That's 100% true. Oh, I'm gonna have to grind so much for equipment. This is gonna be gross. Oh, the SNES Angela gets to unlock bosses to death due to a glitch. Chris has grown up and is responsible. Time to ditch the popsicle stand, everybody.
Oh, no fun anymore.
If I can find a job that can pay me over $60,000 a year, I can be fun again. But I don't have that guarantee. So, until then, I'm gonna be like mopey and depressed and like on edge. It's gonna be fantastic. Whoever directed Kevin must have told him no matter the situation, the voice. That's why I just play with the Japanese voice actors. He's still yelling about Dick Dragons regularly, so I think he'll be okay. The Hoagie Man have been curious about those remasters. Ooh. Game and Brews, are you the co-host of Retro Writers? This is showing my knowledge. I might be embarrassing myself here. Negative, I may have the talent to be a podcaster. Okay. I thought you said Hoagie Man and I have been curious about those remasters, like the both of you. Okay. It's like, oh no. Okay, time to fight some pirates. I'll confuse you. I replay my favorite games all the time, but have you ever played a game that you really enjoyed but have no intention of replaying? Like, I loved the original Octopath Traveler, but I don't have 100 hours in me.
I mean, yeah. I have a few. Like, any of the Witcher games. I really loved playing them. We'll probably never do that again, just because of the time investment.
Yeah.
Let's see, Dragon Age. Like, basically any super involved double or triple digit hour fucking game, I'm probably not going to go back to. You know, just...
Oh, I will never play Persona 5 again.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah, for the same reasons. I love that game. And it is because I tried to platinum it. I will never play it again. Because the game bugged out on me. And I didn't have a backup save file. It's like, oh my fucking god. I can't platinum this. I'm like 150 hours into this. And, like 50% of my second playthrough is just sitting through sped up dialogue. Because then I realized that this is not really a game and no one shuts the fuck up. It's like, oh my god, this is a worse game than I thought it was. Like, they just never stop talking. And it's about dumb shit. Stole the title of longest JRPG from Dragon Quest VII after the Royal version came out. I'm actually about to get... I put on layaway at the local retro store. I'm going to get Dragon Quest VII for the 3DS. I love Dragon Quest VII. I would replay that all the time. Mostly because I've never beaten it. What's my money situation? So I can get a new weapon. Okay, cool. But I think I've put like 60, 70 hours into Dragon Quest VII and didn't beat it. And if you go to how long to beat that game, like, not getting any special frills, just straight line, start to end. That game is like 75, 80 hours long. That's none of the extra stuff. I prefer the original PS1 version over the 3DS version. I'd like to think I would never replay Skyrim or Witcher 3. It's mostly a shot-for-shot remake, but the few things they did change, I prefer the way they were before. I'm just very nervous to play my original PlayStation game, because I think it has some surface damage on one of the discs. So I'd rather have that security of just... like having a cart. What kind of things did they change? Started playing Persona 4 Golden the second time because I got the bad ending and was pissed. You can get all the endings. Alright, time to grind for money. A big part of why I love games like Final Fantasy IV and Chrono Trigger is besides nostalgia, just how breezy they are. Final Fantasy IV is incredibly breezy. I was just, if Jenny's still in here, myself and Jenny were on Tales from the Backlog with Dave Jackson, talking some Final Fantasy IV. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. I know that at some point we're going to have to do that. I think Final Fantasy IV is also your favorite Final Fantasy as well, isn't it, Shane? There she is.
4?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to
4
do
and then
that.
Probably 6.
Yeah. And we're going to have to bring on Jenny and Ray Ray. So that's what I have in my mind whenever we're going to decide to do that. I mean, we do like do a Final Fantasy game every year, I feel, so. You don't have to go into the temple to put the shards in place, but rather have a new monster. I get why they did it. I wish they didn't change Gabo like that. Oh, yeah. Why the surprise? It's old. Hell yeah, Jenny, looking forward to it.
Well, I guess now I'm curious why you were surprised by it.
Yeah. I didn't believe it. Yeah. Maribel. Yeah, Maribel's great. I just like building up the classes in Dragon Quest VII. It's therapeutic, but what I remember when we were going over the episode list, we were making the schedule for 2024, and I said, "Hey Shane, Batman Arkham Asylum turns 15 next year." And he's like, "What?" Like,
It's like that cannot be possible.
That's insane though. Like, you have to think, when we started this show, like, that was a relatively new game. That was a 6-year-old game. I think they were on the 3rd one in 2015. Like, it was a still highly relevant series.
Yep.
I do love it when people are like, "Hey, I listened to your episode where you were talking about what you thought the Nintendo Switch was going to be." Like, god damn it. Money. I remember that episode. Yeah, it was a long time ago, man. Game and Bruce, have you been with us since, like, the very start? Like, were you there 10 years ago? I know you said, like, be around for 10 years. I know that's how long we've been, but have you been with us that long, too? It's weird that something being 30 years old, I like Donkey Kong Country. Will the Switch 2 launch at $3.99 or $4.99? Ooh, I'm getting a lot of questions here. Yeah, the age of games go up to Savage here. It's weird to me, something being 30 years old. I like Donkey Kong Country. Now it makes sense, but when it's like 15 or 20 years old, like Metroid Zero Mission, yeah. Zero Mission, doesn't really make me feel that way. But, like, everyone has their own barometer, and that's always nuts. Well, Switch 2 launched at $3.99 or $4.99. Hopefully $3.99 if Nintendo's smart. This should be a giant kick in the nuts to Sony. I'm all about that. It's been years since I played Dragon Age games, with the new one coming out. I desire to replay them. I played too much of Dragon Age Origins. Way too much. I think I made 3 different characters. I beat it twice. And then, like, I started a 3rd character, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, I am so done. Nah, it came out in 2020, but okay. But I made a side quest. Oh, thank you. Final Fantasy X, that makes me feel old more than anything. When I first played it, I was younger than the main character, Tidus. I hate this Tidus. But now a whole year older than Auron, who I always thought of an old man. He looks 50, not 36. That's just Japanese character logic. Everyone over the age of 25 is like grandpa. For no discernible reason other than because like the protagonist has to be portrayed as being extremely young. Yeah, you should have put Dragon Age Origins on Switch. It's still the best Dragon Age game. Is it out on anything other than 360? Well, PC, obviously. But has it on, have they ported it anywhere else outside of their original consoles? Like, is it on the PS4 or PS5? Is it on, like, Xbone? FF8 Squall is in the prime of his life, with a whole career having him at age 17, while his teacher, Keistis, is an old has-been who's washed out with her glory days behind her at the elderly age of 18. Final Fantasy VIII is just batshit crazy, man. I think that's the best way to put it. It makes no sense. I like how they just gloss over the fact you're a bunch of child soldiers, and this is not a controversial thing that anyone needs to be concerned about. Like when someone wondered why I was going on a different show to talk about Metroid Prime as a retro game, I had to inform them it's over 20 years old, and they were shocked. See, yeah, that I can... Because I think some people probably associate Metroid Prime... It's possible that they associate it with it being a Wii game. So when they saw the remake, they're like, oh, it's a remake of that Wii game. Because, I mean, there's a lot more Wii's sold than GameCubes. When I was young, I had a crush on Zell. Ah. But now that I'm older, I just question his mother's parenting skills. Who lets their teenage son get a face tattoo? What if the whole child soldier career doesn't work out and he has to go to get an office job? Well, the thing is that everyone kind of looks weird in the world of Final Fantasy VIII, so I think you would be okay. Besides, I mean, he could go into the trades. He could be, you know, a storehouse manager. He has the strength, obviously. Maybe his hero is Mike Tyson. Hey, maybe. Or whatever the equivalent in Final Fantasy world is. I can buy a new weapon for my Dark Knight. And I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go hit the restroom, and then I'm going to grab some more drinks. And we'll continue from there. Let me get the weapon first and save it. Then I'll put it on a different screen, and then you can hear Shane's soothing voice. As he serenades you. Santos. Damn it. Get that 12 gold back, baby. Move. Forgot I have a warrior. Only 50 gold. Now I need to get 2,400 gold and get them all new armor. Then I can go to Elf World. Alright. I'll be right back. I'm going to go relieve myself and also get more ammunition to relieve myself again later. So, be right back.
Oh no. Now it's just me. Whatever shall we do? I don't think you want that. I'm gonna take the Blizzard approach on that one and say you think you want it, but you don't. That is a very specific combination. Funyuns and condoms. Also, I don't even remember the last time I had a Funyun. Man, it's been a while. You say concerning. He says creative. Can we all do an opposite day on Retro Hangover? You'll be the one screaming and calling Chris a vagina frog. Well, I guess that's a good question. Like, what is the opposite of a dragon? Would the opposite be the thing that, like, generally, you know, opposes quite literally a dragon? Would it be like a knight? Would I call him like a pussy knight? is that the opposite? I did it. I got it.
And I'm back. Is everyone well behaved, Shane?
I mean, that depends on your definition.
Cool. Call me a pussy knight. What's a pussy knight?
Well, he was saying that he wanted us to do an opposite day episode on Retro Hangover where I'm the one yelling and screaming and calling you a name. And he was like, calling you a vagina frog or whatever the opposite of a dragon is. So we were trying to figure out what the opposite of a dragon is. And I said, well, it'll be the thing that opposes a dragon, which canonically is usually a knight. So the opposite of a dick dragon would be a pussy knight.
Oh.
So there you go.
I'm a pussy slayer.
That is too good a name. Like, NRA fucking coming out of the woodwork to just put you on blast.
Of course. Thanks, NRA. Welcome.
You do not deserve the title of Pussy Knight.
Good to see you here tonight. A clitoral squire, if you will.
Oh, man, that's great.
How long till he notices? Notice what? What am I noticing? There must be a delay between the chat and... Oh, man. What would Pussy Knight's sword... How weak you are. The Lord of Labia. Ah, I like these names. Hide the Funyuns. What would Pussy Knight's sword be called? I like that. What would the sword be called?
The Penetrator.
The Penetrator? The Fleshlight?
Doesn't that kind of go... Well, maybe. I don't know. That goes the opposite direction.
Hmm. Never know.
The Hitachi blade.
What?
The Hitachi blade.
Why Hitachi blade?
Oh, he doesn't know.
No! That's a Hitachi blade.
Then he gets it.
Oh. The Knights of the Vertical Smile table. The Bean Buster. I'll have to have this Hitachi blade explained to me later, apparently.
Alright, we'll tell you when you're older.
Okay. Thanks. Bring a whole entire new definition to wetting your blade, too. I don't know, whetstone. Oh, anyway. Alright, I'm getting sleepy and I'm going to head to bed. Later, Savagery. Thanks for stopping by. Always a pleasure to have you around. And everyone go check out Retro Ridas with a Y. In Ridas. They are going to have an episode coming out soon about the Xbox 360. They have one out right now about Resident Evil. Good night, good night. Huh. Maybe Stiffy needs some healing. Yeah, Stiffy's dead. Let's run in. Let's raise a Stiffy. I can be here all day, Sahags. Failed to run. You can let me go. Oh, Christ. I didn't realize I was logged in. Alright. Looking up there. Come back to life, Stiffy. Does our chat from Twitch show up in YouTube? Or like they have no idea who I'm talking to?
No, they don't. The chats from the two platforms are separate. I mean, we can see them both in our setup.
Yeah.
But actually, that's something that I need to fix with our overlay now. Is I need to replace the chat thingy in the overlay because that one is only showing Twitch. So.
Defensively, This party is lit. With the exception of Stiffy. Stiffy gets beat pretty bad. Pesky Sahags. Hey. Right, night, Jenny. Thanks for stopping by. Go check out Wordlessly by Jenny. She writes and writes good things, so go follow her on the socials, and you'll get her most recent updates about what she's writing. Go check out her website. She posts in the Discord from time to time, and should be followed, especially for fans of Final Fantasy IV. Writes some fantastic Final Fantasy IV fanfiction. Could we not get stunned, please? Thank you. Why are y'all so slow? Like when I first started out with the ship, I was fighting the Kyokus, whatever, and was getting tons of money, and now I'm not. Fighting Odd Eyes and Sahags. Hey, at least we didn't all get like paralyzed on the first turn this time. It's gonna flow a little bit faster. Cool. Almost have enough for one set of armor. Conversational slowed down. Now I don't gotta keep up with the chat, which is a good thing. But I've stopped quiet, which makes everything awkward. At least for me. Anyone have anything big coming up this week? Yeah, Kizo. New week, new plans. See right there now. Yeah, well on my way to getting enough for two. They don't necessarily. When I get to Elfland, I don't need to necessarily upgrade at that point. There are a few things I might want, but I can pretty much build up for Astos Cave. Right then and there, I'll just have to try and save up for healing items because my Evoker and Kieran is not going to carry the party. Dealing with some crazy stuff at work. Busy as hell for me. Yeah, I've seen some industries right now, like, it is the time of the year. Because everything's starting to cool down, so if you're, like, in an industry that requires a lot of outdoor work, like now is the time to get it done. Because it's not going to kill the people working on stuff. Because it won't be hot as hell. But you also have like this limited window to get it done before, like especially if you're up north, before it becomes cold as hell. And you can't like work in the snow. So yeah, it's a really fun time to be in certain industries at the moment, especially depending on where you live. Hey, what's going on, Keaton? How are you doing this evening? Good to see you here. Are you having a retro-tastic day? Or a devolve-tastic day, as you've been putting out most recently? What's going on, Mr. Retro 1981? I do like your dragon. How's the hack? I love it. I love Final Fantasy Renaissance. This is pretty much my definitive way of playing the original Final Fantasy now. Love you some Minute. I have never played it. I need to get like more on new games. I say this as a retro guy, but I've gotten lost in new game experiences. Love an FF1 hack with a new challenge. You know, this is actually, I've beaten it 2 times. I started a third, and then I was going to continue to play that here, but the save file didn't carry over because I got a new computer. I would say this is like, the challenge here is like balanced. I think it's really good. Like, it's not as easy as some of the more recent remakes have been. Now, they have raised the difficulty for the Pixel Remasters from what I understand, but when they first came out, try to nominate Minute for the monthly review. Nice. I just beat Final Fantasy ++. What is ++? But, like, I think this version's easier. Like, but when the Pixel Remasters came out for Final Fantasy 1, like, oh boy. It was like stupid easy. So I don't know what it is now, but like you could buy ethers in town for 100 gold, which would essentially make your mages just absolutely insanely powerful. And you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, cool! Now I can use magic pretty regularly." And you're thinking to yourself, "Yeah, this is great. This is great. This is great." Until you realize it's just like, makes it a little too easy. Almost like it wasn't designed to play that way. Slow down. Let's get 5. I'm gonna need to get some pures too. ++ changes maps and makes it slightly harder. You're hardcore then. Good shit. And they give a couple new classes to play. Oh, okay. What is it in ++? Is that more of a ROM hack? Because this is this is built from the ground up to kind of be its own thing. I mean, it's not its own thing, obviously, but like this isn't so much a hack as it is like a ground up homebrew. Mog, Time Mage, and Sorcerer. I would love a Mog. What's the Sorcerer class? I'd imagine a Moogle / Mog. I take it that's probably a Geomancer or a Dancer. Or a little bit of both. I went Black Mage, White Mage, Ninja, Fighter, my usual classes. That's like a... So, did it fix the... In that ROM hack, does it fix the... code for Thief so that it's, like, Thief actually has a purpose? Like, is the thief faster? Is it easier to run? Because in the original Final Fantasy, I mean, I'm sure as you know, like, Thief was, like, kind of a weaker warrior. Had no advantages. I'm loving this battle, by the way. Big money, big money. Alright, that's enough for... Yeah, that's the other thing. I have to buy a ton of pures. Oh, man. Like, you always think... Oh, I'm so happy I don't have mages, because now the party's going to be... cheaper. Then you're like, oh, yeah, now I have a bunch of tanks. And they're all going to cost, like, a ton of money to equip. In their weapons and armor and everything. Thief's not in it. Oh. That's why they, there's a ninja instead. Well, then what do they do when they, like, job class up? I see. Fun overall, though. Oh, yeah. Like, if you're a fan, if you find a game that you can be a fan of and you want an increased challenge, then absolutely. A little bit harder. As long as they, like, make the stats that were supposed to count. Because, I mean, Final Fantasy can get extraordinarily cruel at times. Like, I wouldn't even say grinding can necessarily save you in Final Fantasy a lot of the time. If you don't know what you're doing. Alright, about 500 more gold. I can go talk to the elves. I'll be properly equipped. I just won't have any healing items. I need to get those. And the fiends get replaced? They really changed a lot then, huh? Do they get replaced by, like, the fiends from Final Fantasy IV? Behemoth instead of Lich. Okay. Stupid controller. Get over there. Salamander instead of Carry. Leviathan replaces Kraken. And Doomgaze. Those are actually decent choices. Leviathan makes sense. Leviathan makes a ton of sense. And Doomgaze instead of Tiamat. I kind of wish they would keep Tiamat. Doomy is the hardest one. Imagine. But replacing them kind of makes sense because, you know, over the years, the Final Fantasy series is mostly strayed away from what they were doing in the original. Like, there's very few similarities thematically between even Final Fantasy 1 and Final Fantasy 2, I would say. What carries over. Right, time to run. Run, 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 run. Okay. Let's get some armor. A lot of people dropped off. Oh well. Santos. Alright. So now both of the people who cannot jump. So I just need how much more? 240 more gold. Then I'll move on to the next town. I promise. I promise. It's the thing I do. I need to get all the items and equip the best I can. Yay. Still not doing 2 hits, huh? And also, you know how you fight the fiends throughout the temple? It's in the last level. Yeah. I take it that's been changed? Oh, cool. What do they do instead? Or do you just not fight them? Alright. 90 more! 90 more! Let's go. Well, let's do 140 more so I can stay at the end, too. Then the last room before chaos on a bunch of stairs. I think that makes more sense. Hey, they killed their buddy. Nice. And this is the fun part. Okay. Alright, cool. I go get my armor. Esper level up bonus really break the game in Final Fantasy VI. Yes, they do. I love it. Gotta master pug guarding the best sword, which is Ragnarok for fighter. Oh. Everyone is dealing over 9,000 from normal attacks now. 10k health. Oh, a master pug. Okay, getting the best. Yeah, this is my problem with Final Fantasy VI. Fundamentally, is that at some point it's broken. So gameplay-wise, like, Final Fantasy VI is one of the most boring ones. Because it's not even, like, you have to have any skills. I don't think it's a problem, though. It's prerogative to use that stuff. I get that. But it's not like, what is it? It's not like Final Fantasy 8 or 5, where it feels earned. It just feels like you just put a lot of time into it. All he does is attack called Power Up, and when he's done with that, he does an attack called Crit and one-shots you. That sounds ridiculous. Actually, that you can put the effort to making everyone OP if you want. Okay. Different strokes. Perfectly beatable without grinding. It always was. Maybe not the final dungeon. For me. Like, you have to put in a little bit of grind. Six is fantastic. I just don't like... I think it's too easy. Stupid odd eyes. So Pixel Remaster is harder than normal? Yeah, when I played it, though, it wasn't. I know they changed the difficulty and it's gotten more difficult, but... And on Active makes a big difference in this. Yeah. I'll say Zeramus, last boss, is a lot harder than Kefka himself. 100% agreed. 100% agreed. The Final Fantasy bosses, the final bosses are generally not incredibly difficult. Alright, we're going to get to Elfland. I'm going to save it. We're going to call it a night. You never know when Zeramus might do a double Big Bang. Yeah, you got to have Rosa on lock. Because Cecil's not saving you. His magic's not that good. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not going to have great healing here. How much are items here for everybody? No. Yeah, I'll wait on that. Way too much. Way too much. I'm not grinding for that shit. Got that, so that's good. good goal to have. In that case, I think I'm going to save it. And that's where I think I'm going to call it a night. There it is. I want to thank everybody for save game, hold, reset before turning off power. Yeah, if you do that, you might lose your status. I don't know if I like this background. I need to do the NVIDIA broadcast. I didn't play with that, but have a great night. You too, Mass Keaton. Thank you everyone for joining us. Make sure to check out everyone that I pointed out that was here today. If you have some content creation going on, Game Over Hell. Once again, go check out his YouTube channel. Mr. Retro 1981, thank you for following us on Twitch. Appreciate you. And hope to see you in the next couple of streams. And everyone, hey, have a great night. But if you do want to know where you can find us, we are primarily a podcast. Our most recent episode is right over there. It's called the Top 5 Games by a Solo Developer. And we have a list, and a lot of people had similar lists over there in our Discord. If you want to know where to find our Discord, just head over to our link tree, which is up there in the top right-hand corner. It doesn't put my finger. I need to figure this out later. But linktr.ee/retrohangers, you can find our Discord and all the links to all of our stuff, all of our socials. If you want to stay in contact with us, other than, just giving us a follow on Twitch, just like Mr. Retro did. And thank you kindly for doing so. But that's all I really have to say. Shane, do you have anything to say to the kind denizens of the internet.com?
No. I think you covered it all. We are 10 releases to the main feed away from the big 300.
Good Lord.
Bananas.
300 episodes.
I know, right? We've been around much like the games we talk about. We are in fact old. So there you go. So go check that out if you haven't. Plenty of content for you. And I should be here, same bat time, same bat channel next Sunday. Not sure what I'm going to be streaming yet, but it'll be a good time regardless. So,
yes.
Looking forward to seeing everybody then.
Absolutely. So with that being said, until next time, play with your Pussy Night joysticks.